What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another artsy video. This is the Craft Monster and this is my Christmas edition. So today's craft, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a mini Christmas tree in a pot. So of course, to do this craft you want to make sure that you gather all your supplies. So what I gathered was an old Utz pretzel container. You can get any type of plastic container from the store. I just decided to reuse this since I already had it. You're gonna need a Dollar Tree Christmas tree. Okay, you're also gonna need to gather some ornaments. I bought 2 different packs of ornaments, a floral foam piece, and a winter hat of any design. Okay, you'll need a glue gun with glue sticks, a box cutter, and some scissors. So now that we have everything, let's get started. So to start this craft, we're going to take our Utz container and we're going to cut this down to size. So you're going to kind of just gauge how tall you want your pot to be. So I'm going to take my box cutter and I'm probably going to cut about around here. Okay, so I'm just going to make a hole in the side of this container. And then I'll use my scissors to cut around. This part does not have to be perfect because it's going to be covered up. So now I'm just going to cut around any excess parts that are a little bit off measurement. I'm just cutting off to make it a little bit more even. But it's okay for it to be jagged because this will fully be covered. All right, so now that I have that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little winter hat and I'm going to put this on the outside of this pot to cover it. So to do this, you see this hat has a little pom-pom at the top. I actually want to remove this just to make it so that it can sit flat. So I'm going to cut this off. And it's okay if it leaves a little hole at the top. And cut any of the extra little pieces. So now that I have it cut, I'm going to open my hat up and I'm going to take this and place it in the center of this hat. And pull the hat up around the edges. Once you have it like that, you're going to press the inner part of the hat on the inside, like so. Now, you see how this is a little bit off center? You want to make that even, so go ahead and pull it up and place it in the exact position that you want it to be. So now that's pretty good all the way around, just like that. So to keep this in place, I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I'm just going to use a little bit and hot glue it on the inside. And do that all the way around. So now I'm going to take my foam and I'm going to hot glue it into the center of my pot. And this is just going to help it stay in place. Okay, I'm going to put it right in there in the center, just like that. All right. So now that's going to look just like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is grab my tree. Okay, and I'm going to just press this tree into the center of this styrofoam board. You're going to need to use a lot of force for this. So now that I have it pressed into my foam, I'm going to actually pull it out, and I'm going to put some hot glue in there just to keep it extra secure. Actually, let's put it on the end of this. This is just going to help keep it in place so you don't have to worry about it tipping or falling out. Okay. And press it in there just like that. Okay. So with all of that pressing it inside, you see my branches have kind of collapsed a bit, so we're going to pucker them back up into place. Now to keep this extra secure, because if you can see inside of here on the sides of this styrofoam board, we have a little bit of gaps. We want to fill those gaps. Okay, so I'm going to use just these little glass, I don't really know exactly what they are, glass stones, and I'm going to stick them on the sides of this flower pot. That gives it a little bit of weight as well. Alright, so now that I have all of that inside and it's nice and weighted and it's pretty sturdy, what I want to do is, if you notice, this Dollar Tree tree is pretty bare. It's not really full, so we don't want to leave it like this. So one thing I forgot to mention as far as supplies is you want to get some additional green garland. This is going to help fill this tree in. So this one I didn't get from Dollar Tree, only because they didn't have theirs in stock, although they do sell this, but they just didn't have it. So this I got from Family Dollar for $3. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this green garland and we're going to completely just wrap this into our tree, just to fill it out a bit. So let's go ahead and do that. And you want to just, spiral it down and around the tree, filling in any areas that look a little bit bare. If you have to go back upwards, you can do that, but just wrap it right around. Make sure you check around the tree to make sure you're filling in gaps on all sides. So now that I have it fully covered, I'm just going to fluff out any areas that need fluffing or cover up and move any areas that are too full. So now that we have this perfectly filled out, we're going to take some string lights and we're going to string this with them. So I'm going to start at the top of the tree and I'm just going to wrap it around. Next, we're gonna take our ornaments, and instead of hanging them on the tree like you would a normal Christmas tree, we're gonna hot glue them into the exact place that we want them to be. Place a little hot glue around the portion where you would have a hook. So just put it in a circular motion. Let's fill this with. And glue this into the tray. And do that all the way around in whatever pattern you'd like. So now that I have all my ornaments, we're pretty much done. You have the option of adding whatever you'd like. If you'd like to add some extra garland around this, you can wrap it in a swirl. Any additional ornaments that you'd like to put to this, feel free to add it. Make it your own, personalize it. But I think for me, this is pretty much all we're gonna do with this. So now let's just plug up our lights to see how it turned out. And there you have it. Our own personal made potted Christmas tree. So you can put this on your tabletop, you can put this anywhere in your house. I don't recommend putting it outside, but it is something cute that you can display in your home. I hope you enjoyed this craft. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and check me out in my next video. See ya!